Hello everyone, LadyLazyPup here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a build that I have for you guys. This is a random challenge build, and it gives me kind of a bunch of prompts, and I have to make a build that goes along with it. Shout out to James Turner for the awesome build challenge creation. I actually really like this one, so I highly recommend. I'll make sure to put that down in the description below. But to show you guys what our challenge is, this is what I ended up rolling. So right here is all of the checklist for my challenge list. It was to build a cozy home with 2 floors on a 40 by 30 lot. The owners are an adult, a young adult, and a teen. They love windows and mirrors. They're afraid of fires and wood, and they must have their cellar. The budget is 108,927 simoleons, and optionally to try using an existing base game starter home as a shell. Right off the bat, I didn't do the optional, so just cross that off. But the rest of this was a bit of a challenge because I really like to use wood accents in a lot of my homes. So it made me kind of like, oh boy, what am I gonna do? So let's get into the build and see what we came up with, shall we? So first things first, we decided to build this in Oasis Springs in the Skyward Palms neighborhood. And that's kind of like the larger homes, and I kind of figured with this style and like location, I wouldn't have to use quite as much wood or any wood at all, really, right? And I also kind of thought, well, if we do something a bit more modern, this could be a good location for it too. And modern homes, not really something I build all the time. I've built them before. It's not like I haven't, but I do tend to go for a bit more cottage-like or traditional or something like that, and modern can be a little intimidating. But I did find a nice picture of like a really cool-looking modern home, and I was like, I'm going to base it off of this picture. We're going to figure out how to make it into The Sims, and then we're going to make it pretty cool. I really wanted the outside to have like multiple textures too. And typically when I do multiple textures, we're going to have some wood in there. Couldn't do wood because they're afraid of wood. Why did they have to be afraid of wood? But we have lots of stone. We have a lot of like different types of siding. But I avoided wood as much as I could. Also, quick disclaimer. If I sound winded or tired at all, this is a post-workout talk. So, look, it's not my fault. I was running, and I decided to come in here and be like, let's talk about my build for a half hour, and oh boy, I might sound slightly winded. The stairs even were kind of difficult because I was like, I need a stone that matches the house, and I felt like there wasn't one that really matched the foundation stone that I was using, and I really liked that foundation stone. I didn't want to change it. So I ended up using the one from Salvadorada that's just like the temple stone, but I thought it looked really pretty, and I actually got like a color that matched it pretty well. And since they liked windows, I was like, we need some big windows in this house. Did I use only a select number of packs for this? Absolutely not. I went crazy, and I used as many as I needed to get this to work. I promise I'll do a less pack build soon. It's a plan. I have a lot of plans in general, really, but yeah, I am planning on a lot of different builds, and one of them is probably going to be a less pack build, like maybe just a couple. You know, it'll be fun. But this one, no, whatever worked, I'm using it. So as you can see, I have like the different colors going. I kind of went with a creamy color for the main part of the house. We went with a really pretty, not perfect stone that actually matched the column on the larger parts. And then that top piece, I did another type of like black stone that I thought looked really pretty. And that one's a little bit more tight and like formal and actually, you know, together. The top of the I guess the roof, right? Not the top of the house, but the roof, we used a sheet metal to give that another texture and also bring in all the colors together. So it's kind of like a creamy tone, a black tone, and then I did use some like browns as well. But not wood. Not wood. Just some brown tones, right? I'm getting away with it. So now we're on the inside of the house where I'm trying to actually put in a nice layout and get it all settled and put together. I liked the idea of that really large window in the front actually being open from the upstairs and the downstairs to make that nice and feel like large and luxurious. With 100,000 simoleon budget, I really could play and make it a kind of like a luxurious home. I guess a lot of the style I kept going back to was that Art Deco style. The railings and like that front door and some other pieces, a lot of Art Deco. So it was kind of like that modern Art Deco piece that I really fully embraced in this house. Something that I don't normally do, that flooring is literally just concrete. It's just black concrete. I don't know if I'd like that in my house. And the thing is, I have to make it cozy, right? So I tried to use like darker tones and like warmer tones that don't like look obviously like they feel cold on your feet. So like the black concrete I thought would be kind of nice. And in my head, I kept going, well, in a house like this, with like whoever owns it, right? They'd probably have like heaters under the floor so that you're not actually touching cold concrete. It'd actually be a lot warmer on your toes. I'm like, yes, now that sounds luxury. The kitchen I was also kind of having difficulty with. As you can kind of tell, I was going with like this black and white theme, I guess, with the colors. So I kept trying to figure out like what am I going to use for the counters, because I like a lot of them, but I was like, okay, maybe just like this plain one looks really nice. We could just go with like the black. We do change it later so that it's a little bit brighter in the kitchen. White just seemed too much, especially with like the black floors. It was like too much of a change, right, in the color scheme. This side area, I was thinking of making it which would be technically like, a garage. I was thinking of making it into like a whole suite, but then I was like, what if we make it into a office, or you could have it as like a workout space? There's a lot of different things we were doing. And I did think, okay, what if we closed off the areas so that it does feel a little bit more like these are the zones for everything? But I do end up opening it up. It just makes more sense for this to be kind of like an open floor plan. Oh, yes. I did use really pretty appliances. I was like, ooh, what if we did like some gold like pieces that come out in different areas? That could be really pretty, or like some like bronze textures. See, this is where I was like, the white is like too much. I actually did build this on stream with my community, twitch.tv/LadyLazyPup. I'm LadyLazyPup everywhere. That's how you find me. It's really easy. But we had a really good time. We did a lot of silly things, of course, as you do. But I made sure that didn't actually stick too well. I.e., pink carpeting in the bathrooms, crazy, big, giant statues for the garden. Might have been a little too much, but we did have some good times, and they did help me come up with some fun ideas as well. Oh, see, this is when I opened it up. I liked the idea of having like those big beams. Those always look nice to me. Give me some beams and we're good to go. But that's going to be like the living space. We have the really nice area for the dining space. And then a big kitchen. The upstairs was giving me issues when I was actually first making the layout. But I think we ended up coming up with a good idea. I wanted some extra pieces, and I know I could did the size of the house didn't matter for the challenge, but oh man, it was bothering me. Ooh, I did make like a fun shape for that counter. I thought that was kind of neat. It's kind of like an eye shape, like an almond shaped countertop. A little different, not fully round, not fully square. I like it. I hope you guys do. I like it, so that's all that matters. Oh, I even put in like the gold coffee maker. See, I'm telling you, the little gold pieces, kind of like I'm going with like a bronze kind of gold. I know it not doesn't all match, but it's going to be whatever it is. But like the bronze gold kind of touches throughout the house just kind of like adds a little bit of something to it. And then, of course, we need the really fun sliding door for the next room and a backsplash for the kitchen. And I used the same stone that I used on the outside of the house at that top level right there. And I thought that was kind of like a nice pull into the home just to add that to the back of that wall. But in a different color, just so that it kind of brought that texture, though. I really liked it. Those curtains have become one of my favorite curtains to use in houses. I swear. They're the best. I don't know why. I really love them, though. They have that sheer, like a really good coloring. And I love how they kind of like lay at the bottom. It's so pretty. I struggled slightly to figure out carpets for these rooms because I didn't want to have like the same thing everywhere. But the greens that I brought in, oh, so pretty. And I feel like that actually adds to the coziness of the house. I am one of those people that says, you know what's cozy? Plants. You bring some plants in and that's cozy. And I don't count that as a wood piece, all right? Look. I think you can have plants without it being wood. It's totally fine. It's valid and we can do this. We did build this whole built-in piece for the TV, and they have like a nice luxurious TV. I do switch that out because it was way too expensive, but I thought this was kind of fun. And yes, it doesn't have to be wood. We can say it's faux wood. It looks really pretty. This couch too, I really wanted to use this couch, and I'm like, but it looks like wood. But I was like, the color, I wanted the green color. But they told me, no, it looks like wood, you can't use that. So then I was like, okay, fine. If we change the color of it, you know, we can pretend it's not actually wood and get away with it. So there. Upsetting, but it's fine. Could you imagine having so many people over in this little area and all of us, you just kind of like enjoying the TV? Part of me kind of thinks that either that table or the couch itself turns into like a big, like pretty much like a bed almost that you can lay on, and it's like just very luxurious. This is me setting up for the bedrooms because we did have an adult, a young adult, and a teen. And I was trying to figure out, how does this work out? We could have said that the adult and the young adult maybe were a couple, and then the teenager was like their kid. So we could have just had 2 bedrooms. But I kind of liked the idea that it was an adult in the 1 bedroom, a young adult in the 2nd bedroom, and then the teenager in the 3rd. So that they each kind of had their own space and could show off their personality. As you can see here, I am struggling again with the rugs. I wanted them to match but not be too matchy-matchy. And then if there's like too many different textures or patterns, it just becomes too much, you know? Becomes way too much. And so we just kind of went with more softer colors with a couple of them, and then that green comes out in the dining room, which is really nice. And you'll see I end up doing the walls like one of the last things I do, because it's hard to come up with like the wall tone at some points. But look at this warm brown. This brought in coziness. This is what I kept having to think about. I'm just like, for me, modern doesn't usually correlate with cozy. So if I can bring in those cozy tones and like cozy pieces, that's what's going to make this like feel like a home and not just like a statement piece. And then, yes, I did decide that this whole area was going to be like a nice little workout zone. I wanted mirrors and big windows to bring like the nature inside. And then I had little stations. We had a boxing station. We ended up with like a little yoga section. And I loved that little cork mat. I was like, yes, we're using the cork mat, period. No questions. I debated on making it a different one, but I was like, no, it has to be the cork mat. And then I put in like the little tiles on the other side for like the weights and the treadmill. So a lot of little areas that you could work out. It just made sense to me to have it that way. And then there's a bathroom that's attached. So that's like the downstairs bathroom that everybody can use is in the workout zone. And I did think sports. So we have both football and football in the corner there. It is football season. I am a football fan. I do have my fantasy draft, and we have all of that going. That first week was really bad, by the way. Oh my god, all of my guys were already hurt or out, and I was like, really? But then the second week, you bring everybody back, and I'm already kicking butt. I'm telling you. That's as much sports talk as I will do, I promise. But you can see I was like, okay, I need to make this little spot a little bit more cozy. How do I bring in like some curtains? And I was like, no, what, screw it. They love windows. Why would I cover them, right? We don't want to cover them. But I kind of liked the walls because it does look like it was a garage turned into a workout space. So I thought that was kind of a nice touch. And the doors, oh my gosh. So most doors in this game are wooden, and it's really obvious. But there is that one modern door that has like the longer handle that has the wood, and then it has like, I guess it's not like a plastic, but it's like, I don't even know what texture that is, but it's not wood. And that's what mattered. So that's the one I used. See all the cute little like textures and everything here. That looks like a nice space. I would work out here. I should have left the cow plant. Always nice to have a cow plant in here. But I am a big home workout kind of a person, so I have my little like area in one of the rooms, and it's not this luxurious. I would take it to be luxurious, but you know, it's fine. But I always see these mats, like you either see them in kids' places, like spaces and places, or you see them in gyms. So it worked out that way. And the bathrooms, not like, you know, the most exciting piece, but we did use the stuff from Growing Together. I loved that shower. I had to use that shower. I thought it was kind of perfect for this. And then just like the simple pieces for there. And I liked having all that herringbone and the green. Again, bringing that green a little bit throughout the house is kind of nice. Little touches of plants everywhere. And yeah, as you can see, I did remove that pink carpeting. That was, it was a joke. I promise. It was just a joke. I wasn't intending to actually use it. This little loft area over the living space, we made it into the office because I realized, oh shoot, I got rid of my office, which was going to be the gym space. And then we swapped it. So we made this little nook here into like an office space. And I think this was kind of perfect. You have this big window to look out at, a nice glass table. We were trying to figure out where do we put the table because it just, I didn't really like it on the walls. But then once we put it here, everything started coming together so much easier. We got a cozy chair in the corner to read your books, a nice like painting on the wall. I love just like these simple paintings for this house. It worked out really well to bring in the color in a nice, like pretty way. And it still feels luxurious. I feel like the house had to be luxurious and cozy all at the same time. But like this is a really nice corner to read and just relax. This space is probably one of my favorites. Once we get to the bedrooms, then I'm going to lie and tell you that those are my favorite. Well, I mean, it's not a lie, but a lot of, like this one is one of my favorite spaces until I got to the bedrooms. And we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But see, again, with like the gold, bronzy kind of colors, I was trying to bring that in up here too. This, I kept flipping around. I'm like, where do I want this to go? But I liked it next to the window. I thought that was the perfect spot for it. And then where's my, there it is. There's the rug. The rug brought it all together, you know, a nice cozy fuzzy rug just to bring the space into like a nice done area. Good. I guess I did change it to like a silver instead of the bronze. I really do like the bronze lamp, but I guess up there it just didn't fit. Again, same bathroom stuff in here. Just trying to get everything to fit and make it nice and homey because everybody's going to be sharing this bathroom. I was really hoping to make an ensuite for the main bedroom. There wasn't quite enough space, so I was kind of upset. So it's like, screw it, make it a nice, a big bathroom that everybody can share. It works out. a little bit more luxurious. And then setting up for how I want these bedrooms to go. And again, you can see I'm using like some Art Deco pieces in here as well. So the first one we do is the main bedroom. And I was like, can I get a walk-in closet? Can I get a ensuite bathroom? It didn't really work though. We did put carpet in the bedrooms, and I know a lot of people don't like that, but I felt like for this build, that's a nice touch because everything is concrete. Instead of having wood, we put in the carpeting, and I felt like that just made it a bit more cozy for inside of the bedrooms especially. So now, since I couldn't put in a walk-in closet and a ensuite bathroom, I did give the main area, the main bedroom, a balcony. And I love having a balcony. I like to imagine if I had a balcony, and that's like a dream home for me, if I had a balcony off of my main bedroom, that's where I would be every morning, having some coffee, reading a book, crocheting, doing something just nice and relaxing in the morning, but definitely having a coffee and sitting out there because it'd just be like such a nice place to be. So lots of big windows, that giant sliding door, and all that natural light. And I was like, ooh, do I try to put curtains on this sliding door? And I hated how it looked. So that goes away. Don't worry. It goes away. And I was going to try to incorporate that same green tone into the bedroom, but we did end up going with a different color. Oh, that mirror, by the way. I am adding like mirrors into almost every other room in this house, which they love mirrors, so I have to have them in here, right? But that mirror in the main bedroom, one of my favorite mirrors in the game. It's the leaning mirror from the Jungle Adventure Pack, and I love using it. It's just so pretty and like big, and I really like how it actually does lean against the wall and everything too. So we have the nice big wardrobe over here on this wall, and I was using more of these, like, as you can see, pink and like goldy tones, and then like white for a lot of the big main pieces too. I used the matching ottoman, and then I was like, okay, how about we use like the matching chairs in the corner? And I hated them, so I was like, no, I'll use the little like poof thing for your feet. But I didn't like the chairs, so we went with a little bit more like simple chairs, just to bring in the same like tones and colors and everything. And then I really liked using this table that had the greenery. I thought that was like a really nice touch too, especially with all the windows in this house. I think plants would thrive, so I thought that was like a really nice spot for a plant too. For the side tables, I wanted something different. So I used something I have never used before. These giant gold circles. I don't know, maybe you guys use these all the time. But it was a little different for me. And I thought it was kind of perfect for this house. So we made it into the white color, and then we added in this really pretty lamp that was almost kind of thrifty lamp, right? With like the bronze color. And my stream told me, no, you can't have lamps on both tables. It's weird. It looks weird. The balance is off. So I was like, fine. Cute clock then. And you know what? I'm going to talk about this again. And I probably have talked about this before. Sims team, can we get more like clocks in the game? I feel like the clocks for the tables that we have don't really work anymore. They kind of look like mantle clocks instead of, like alarm clocks that you'd have next to bed. And then the cute ones that we have are like a toaster looking clock, and it's fine. I liked it in this. I thought it made it a little bit more cutesy and creative. It kind of brings out the personality of the sim. But I just wanted like a plain cute clock, like simple clock that I could have on the side table. That's all I want. Some more clocks, please. So here we are back on the balcony. I added some more greenery. I was debating on another seating area, and I was like, that's too many seating areas in like one place. So it's like nice loungy couch. I'm like, yes, perfect. Perfect for a balcony. So now we get to the young adult, and here I become super obsessed with my sim family that I haven't even built yet or like made, and now I kind of want them. This is the I just became a young adult and I'm going to college sim. So we have the parent, the young adult who's going to college, and then the teenager that's in high school. And the suggestion for this one, because I was going through different colors and ideas, and I was like, I think of them as being in like college or university, and this is what they're doing. And they're like, what if you go with dark academia? And I was like, ooh, interested, curious, looked it up, loved it. And that's kind of what we went for here. And I kind of wish I did have the Book Nook kit for this one. I don't have that one yet, but I think we got it to work out anyways. I made it a little cluttered because by this point in your life, right, you're starting to obtain more objects and you only have this little space to put them. So I have like their big trunks in the corner that if they go off to college or if they're staying at home, either way, they're using those. They have their nice desk to use. Maybe they're very bookish because I put in the whole bookshelf for them to be reading, lots of stacks of books everywhere. And then I was like, oh, maybe they're also kind of into photography because this desk actually has all those cute little pictures in the background. And I was like, oh, that's kind of like really fun. And I like that for like The Sim. So I was like, what if we made them really into photography? So we kind of give them a few more like posters on the wall, a nice little sitting area to read and study. I don't know. I really fell in love with this room. I'm not going to lie. All their accomplishments on the wall. I didn't know if that was too much, but I was like, screw it. We're doing it anyways. Oh, see, here are like the really cute photography pictures. I thought that was so perfect. So very academic sim, very smart, creative kind of a person. Yeah, there's their really nice camera. I just liked it so much. I just thought all these little touches gave them a lot more personality. The types of shoes they wear and everything. And then I found this statue and it was so cute. Like this little city statue. And I was like, okay, this sim, one of their big deals, right, is they're going to university. They're very academic. They love photography and they want to live in the city. So they have this cute little statue of the city on their shelf. And I just thought that was a nice little touch. Again, it just, all these little touches, all these little pieces pull out their personality. And it just makes me so happy. Oh, and even the fancy quill. I was like, fancy quill, to sign all of their photography and everything. I kept just wanting to add more and more. And you can tell it looks pretty cluttered, but I tried to still make it so that they can get through to everything and use all of the stuff in the room. So it's not too much, but to me, it's still that I have my teenage stuff and I have my young adult stuff in this room. And it kind of incorporates that storyline. Like all the vintagey type of pictures. Maybe, I just thought this, but what if their grandparent or something was also into photography and that's why he has the vintage pictures on the wall? I like that. Or architecture too. So many good stories with this one. I kind of want to make the family know. It might have to happen. I like that. And then moving on to the teenagers room. I loved this one too. I thought this was a fun personality to go with. We have the moons and the suns everywhere. It's a bit more dark, but has pastel colors that make it pop. And then the ceiling actually has the night sky with the constellations on it. And I thought that was that's my feature of this room, right? I wanted that ceiling in this room. So the teenager, again, with a lot of Art Deco stuff and everything. And I used a lot of the high school pack in this one too. So I kind of thought of them as thrifty. And so they kind of put their own room together. They found all this stuff and they shoved it all together to add their personality to the room. A little box in front of the bed. I kind of imagine that being also something you'd sit on to put your shoes on to get out of the room. I know it's technically not a bench, but in my head it's a bench. So we're going with it. I struggled coming up with a dresser idea, though. I was like, okay, the big dresser felt too big in this room. And then I was like, oh, but they could be like really thrifty and have all their clothing on display. And then that looked kind of funny. So we move on to like a tall wardrobe instead. But I was trying to find as many little cluttery items in here too to show off the personality. So you can see like the fun light on the wall, the high school little mascot is so cute. And then like the fun lights. Oh, I thought that fits so perfect in here because it's just like the twinkle lights, you know, think like stars or anything. I thought that was perfect for this sim. Yeah, see, I just don't like how it looks. It looks so funky. So nice tall wardrobe, which also had little space motifs on it. And I was like, perfect. That's exactly what I want. Little aliens and things. Some shoes here. See? Cute. I loved how that looked down there. I thought that was like a perfect little spot for that. And then I was looking for the backpacks. Cow plant. Had to use the cow plant. So cute. But it was driving me crazy. I cut it out, but it took me so long to find the backpacks because they used to be under decorative and now they're under storage because they did that update where they actually are like a storage piece now. Oh my god, I was like, where in the world have these gone? I'm like, am I not seeing it? It was my stream seeing it and they're making fun of me. And then I was like, it's under storage, isn't it? And it was so embarrassing, but it's fine. We got there. We got there in the end and we found the cute cow plant and that's all I wanted. More storage space up on the wall here. I thought this was really nice. It has all the little spacey stuff, maybe into like little pop icon. I loved having the hand and the crystal ball too. I thought that was a really cute touch. And all the games and crafty items. So now we come to the have to have the cellar in their house part of the challenge, right? And I started putting everything in. I was all excited, like, oh, look how cute, all the wine. And then I realized it's all wood. Can't use it. Can't use wood. The heck am I supposed to do for a cellar if I can't use wood? Well, luckily, these are wine fridges. So we put the wine fridges in. And I said, screw it, there it is. It's a small cellar, but they have their wine, and I'm happy. I was so excited to use all the ranch stuff for all the nectar and everything, and then it didn't work, and I was like, why? But it's okay. Everything worked out in the end. We did put a bust up in that hallway, too. I thought that was nice. And then I decided we need to make the kitchen a bit more cozy and homey, and I added a little extra clutter, and I thought that ended up being really cute, too. Oh, so here we go. Outside. The inside is complete. Yes. So on the outside, I tried to find all of the different flowers and trees that were used in the world, threw them in the front yard, and then we just kind of moved them around. Nothing too special. I'm not usually a landscaper, so I was just trying to do something simple. And with this kind of a world, I didn't feel like it had to be super lush. But those flowers right there, I was like, yeah, we have to use those. We have to incorporate it because it's really perfect and it ties it all together. And I really like these trees. I never use these trees, but they're so cute. And I love how like the palms look on them and like the really big base. The coloring is really pretty. And I was like, you know what? This is actually a really nice tree. So I was excited to get to use it. And yeah, so if you can see the price and the lot value up in the corner, this is where I started having an issue. Our price was 108,000 simoleons, and I realized, oh no, I'm over budget. Well, we replaced the TV. You replace that TV, I'm able to have a little extra money to play with. And then I was like, we need some lights. I wanted to make sure they had a nice, like, outdoor space. I was really hoping to put in a pool. I felt like this house would have a pool. No way in any world was I going to be able to afford a pool with that budget. But it came all together, and I was super happy. Yeah, the cellar actually got smaller. Don't worry about that. There's still a cellar. I didn't get rid of it, but it's smaller. Just some added touches of terrain paint, and we're done. So to finish up, I figured we'd give you a nice little tour of the house so you guys can see all the different rooms and everything that we ended up doing. And that's gonna be it. I actually thought this was a successful a successful challenge. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. If you think I did a fantastic job, also let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear the praise. But before we do the walkthrough, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and let's check out the house. So one of my favorite things is that I can actually tab in build mode now. So ta-da! Here's the house. I don't know what lighting is best. It looks, I guess it is a bit whiter than I was saying. It's still a creamy color. That's kind of what I was going for. But I really love how it looks. It's so cute. So, hopping right on in. Let's see if I can, oh god. I was trying to make this very cinematic. We come in and you see that gorgeous kitchen. I do love that we ended up using these like stone counters. I think those look really fantastic. And then you see like all that like nice green tones popping out in the corner where the dining room is. I would have put a lot more clutter into the living space, but like I said, we ran out of money, so we just kind of went with what we could. But a lot of space to add more clutter and decor. Nice fuzzy rug, and then of course the mirrors and the giant window. And I really, oh, I didn't even mention this during the build, but you can see this giant like accordion door. I thought that was a great touch because it makes it definitely like an indoor-outdoor space. And in this world, you can definitely have that indoor-outdoor space because of the weather and everything too. So nice little space outside, great view to have a little cookout or just sit out and relax. So over on this side, we have the lovely little staircase area with the upstairs here and the downstairs. Through these doors, though, we have our workout space that you can come relax, do your stuff. Lots of lighting and everything in here to keep you going, to make you motivated. Even a little TV to watch as you run. That's something I do when on my treadmill. I'm either editing or I'm watching a show. Easy. First bathroom downstairs, nice and simple. Pretty tones and everything. We'll head downstairs first to see the cellar. Here's like the nice simple cellar that we have. We went with a tiled wall. I'd expect it to be kind of chilly down here because you want all of your wines and nectars to stay cool. Nothing fancy though, nice and easy. And then as we head upstairs, we come into a lovely cozy hallway with nice pictures on the wall. A lovely bust over here. In the first bedroom on the right, we have the teenager's room. It's fun, it's cozy. I love this. I actually think this came out so cute. Lots of personality in here. I kind of figured they are a streamer, you know, or a YouTuber or something. They're having fun over on this side. But all in all, definitely pops with their personality. Very into space. In the second bedroom, we have our dark academia college student. Very studious, very warm room. I kind of expect this to be kind of like a nice, warm study space. That's why I actually made the carpeting darker too, just so it feels much better. I did use the same curtains in every space too, just so that felt a little bit more cohesive. I didn't want it to feel like all of these spaces just kind of like shoved together. I wanted them to feel connected. Then you keep going down the hall, we have our nice shared bathroom. Nice and simple, bright and inviting. Easy. The double doors into the main suite. I guess it's not a suite because it doesn't have the ensuite, but it's fine. Big mirrors and windows once again. Nice and cozy for our main sim. And a nice little walkout balcony. And then the little office nook over here, which I still think would be a fantastic space to work. You have like a nice painting on the wall. Why am I missing pieces? Hold on. Is this not showing everything? No, it is missing pieces. I'm so mad. Why? Well, it's supposed to have the cute table. That's like with the little glass top, and it's gonna have like books on it and everything, and a little lamp in this corner. But it's fine. I'm not gonna get upset. But for some reason, it decided to delete it while I was showing you everything. But anyways, so nice little area for the office space. Like, look at that. Look at that view you get of coming into the neighborhood, and this is where you get to work. I mean, like, come on. How could you get any better? And that, my friends, is our house random challenge, and I really love how it turned out. It's so cute. It's so cute. But yes, absolutely made this on stream. Feel free to join us next time. It's always a good time. You guys get to have input, you guys get to help me out, and it's always fun to build together. But with that, that's all I've got. This house is on the gallery, so feel free to download it, enjoy, have fun. If you change it up, let me know. I would love to see if you guys redesigned the house or anything. Like, what kind of Sims did you put in it? Did they change up their personalities in the bedroom? I would love to see that. But definitely, once again, give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you aren't already, and have a fantastic time zone. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!